there's quite the storm going on out there. On YouTube, I mean, though the one in my backyard is nothing to scoff at. Hope I'll be able to do something about the white noise this time. Just starting out on YouTube, I'm aware that even if I do everything right, if I follow all the guidelines, toe the line 100%, I could still have my videos deleted or my channel taken down through no fault of my own due to forces entirely outside my control. There are jerks who file false claims, and companies who just don't understand how the law works, and companies who do understand how the law works but still file false claims, who are also jerks. And there's at least two types of computer algorithms. One of them is YouTube Content ID. The other one is run by other companies that can flag my videos for copyright infringement. These robots can think that I'm using material owned by other people, even when I'm not. People have gotten in trouble for filming vlogs in their own backyard because birds were chirping in the background, for recording their own music because the robots thought it was similar to somebody else's music, for playing classical music written hundreds of years ago because somebody else played the same piece of classical music first and got it into the system. These pieces of music are well into the public domain and have been for hundreds of years, and they're still getting flagged for posting a review of a fan-made animation based on another series. A review! There was a guy who got hit for videos of him and his friends talking in a car about a current movie. I've heard of people getting dinged for 2-second videos. 2 seconds! And it's not just videos and channels getting taken down. There are actually people stealing money from content creators, and they don't even have to prove that infringement has taken place. They can file a claim, collect the ad revenue for 30 to 60 days, and then when the claim comes back and proved baseless, they don't even have to pay that money back. There's no penalties whatsoever. These predators are hurting my favorite creators, destroying their income, stressing them out, and even radically changing the kind of videos they make. And part of the time that the creators could be making cool stuff, they have to spend fighting off baseless accusations. The Where's the Fair Use movement, as started by Doug Walker, brings attention to issues like these that have been going on for a very long time. YouTube started in 2005, 11 years ago. There are videos 2 and 3 years old dealing with these same problems. That's over 30% of YouTube's history. And in all that time, nothing has been done to fix this. The Digital Millennia Copyright Act set up legal requirements for sites like YouTube that host way more content than they are capable of policing. So when somebody comes along, whether it's a big company or an individual creator, and says, hey, YouTube, that guy's using my stuff, YouTube has to be quick on the draw. That's what the law says, and YouTube is doing its best to abide by that. However, YouTube is also way overstepping the bounds of the law. They're placating big companies at the expense of small creators. Sometimes really big YouTube channels, but still small creators with small budgets who can't get the kind of legal help that these big companies have. These companies are filing false claims right and left, using them to steal money and peace of mind from creators. And YouTube's system not only makes it really easy for them to do that, but really hard for people to fight back. The fair use stipulations in the law allow for people to make use of material they don't own in certain ways that are not just outright copying. For example, educating, reviewing, commenting and criticizing, and a wide range of transformative works. The entire copyright system, and fair use in particular, is designed to promote the progress of science and useful arts. It's meant to help art flourish, not to cut it down. YouTube is filled with creators who operate well within the bounds of the law. Teachers, reporters, reviewers, commentators, critics, and a wide variety of people who use existing material to make new stuff in perfectly legal ways. There are entire genres that have grown up on YouTube, like Let's Plays, or ones that are newly born, like Conversations with EeveeBot. The history of culture is the history of building on what came before. Dante built on the Bible, Shakespeare built on folk tales, a whole bunch of modern movies built on Shakespeare. That process is worth preserving, and it's why the law is set up the way it is. But fair use is under attack, and YouTube's policies, far from putting a stop to this, are actually rewarding the aggressors with money. Nothing in the DMCA forces YouTube to let companies profit from attacking fair use. And that's what's going on right now. I've coined terminology for the types of people filing false claims on YouTube. Sharks, robo-sharks, crabs, and leeches. They're all hurting creators. They're all hurting YouTube, and they all need to be stopped. Sharks are big companies filing baseless claims against creators who rely on fair use. They're attacking critics, commentators, reviewers, educators. Now, this is stuff that they own, but they don't have the legal right to stop people from using it in the ways that people are using it. Robo-Sharks are big companies using computer algorithms to file massive amounts of claims without even looking at how the material is being used. It completely ignores fair use. Crabs are petty jerks who file stuff just to get people in trouble, to harass legitimate creators. They don't have a stake in it, they're just abusing the system. Leeches are the sign that the system is badly, horrendously broken. Leeches are third-party companies that file claims against material they don't even own to steal money. Sharks are scary because they're big companies with a lot of money and a lot of lawyers, and when they decide to bully a small creator, it's hard to fight back. Sometimes it's safest to give up, take down the video, and hope the company looks elsewhere, even if you're in the right. You know, hand the bully your lunch money and hope he doesn't punch you. A recent court case set the precedent that a company who wants to file a lawsuit over infringement has to at least consider fair use first. This is because even the threat of a lawsuit can scare people into giving up their legal rights. Bullies can get away with bullying because they know their victims can't afford to fight back. This is called chilling effects. Robo-sharks are scary because there isn't even a human involved. They're going around filing claims against videos with no allowance for fair use because guess what? A robot can't tell the difference. You have to have a person, an actual human being, looking at the video to figure out whether it falls under fair use or not. YouTube's Content ID system is another form of Robo-Shark. It's flagging stuff that even the creators of the stuff want to leave alone, like reviews or interviews with their people. This kind of overkill isn't helping anyone. But on YouTube, it happens automatically. Content ID flags should alert humans that they need to review the clips in context. Not just assume the creator's broken the guidelines and leave them scrambling to prove otherwise. Our legal system in the United States is set up around a presumption of innocence, that the person who says you've done something wrong has to prove it. You don't have to prove that you're innocent. YouTube is completely backwards from that. That has led to this situation. And it just can't continue. Doug Walker talks at length about how easy it is to file a claim and how hard it is to fight them, and how difficult it is to get in touch with YouTube staff, even when you're a reasonably popular channel. If Channel Awesome can't even get help when they need it, what chance do I have? Crabs are more annoying than scary. scary, but it's still kind of like a denial of service attack. It's still kind of scary that a jerk can file a whole bunch of claims because they're mad at me or because they think it's funny, and there's not much I can do about it. Claims can flood in faster than the creator can take care of them. And under YouTube's current policies, I can only fight 2 or 3 at a time. A single day of boredom, and a crab could tie up my channel for months. The crab doesn't even face any penalties. Creators need the opportunity to challenge claims as easily as the claims are thrown at them. Without this, there's a power imbalance, and it's hurting creators and reducing their ability to make worthwhile content. Leeches aren't scary so much as outrageous, and it's the system that's letting them thrive. Because the system makes it so easy to steal money, of course thieves are going to flock in. Why wouldn't they? Apparently, it's very lucrative to file false claims right now. They can claim a video for 30 to 60 days, steal all the ad revenue, and then when the claim comes back baseless, just run for the hills. They don't even have to pay it back. And nothing stops them from doing it over and over again. It needs to change. Companies cannot be making money from YouTube creators by stealing their stuff. If that doesn't change, nothing else is going to change. And all of this is very scary. But it also makes me feel hopeful because we are coming together as a community to say, YouTube, this is not acceptable. You need to protect your creators. You need to step to the plate. Your policies need to change. Susan Wojcicki, the CEO of YouTube, has been paying attention to the way Twitter has been yelling at her. These issues aren't exactly being ignored, but she's sicked a PR guy on us. And I'd like to believe that YouTube is actively doing something about this, but what the PR guy said was, we're keeping a very close eye on it, and nothing much has changed. That's entirely the problem. As I said before, videos from 2 and 3 years ago demonstrate that this was happening back then. In all that time, this problem has not gone away, it has not gotten better. It needs to change. There needs to be a financial penalty for filing false claims. There needs to be a way to ensure that when a false claim happens, the channel being attacked doesn't suffer for it. Channels need to be able to fight more than 2 or 3 claims at a time, because these channels are getting hit with dozens and hundreds of claims all at once. And the burden of proof should always be on the accuser, the person flagging the video, not on the accused. Susan, YouTube has long been a platform for creativity beyond anything the world has seen before. I don't need to sell you on that. But on behalf of the community that has been relying on that platform for over a decade, whether it's viewers or creators or fans, I hope you see how vital these changes are to maintain the platform and to reclaim our expressive freedom. Copyright has been limited by fair use guidelines for good reason, and YouTube would never be as robust a community without that. So please, find a way to update your system to make it fair for everyone, not just the bullies. YouTube needs to make a place that is safe for creators of all types at all levels, not just the rich ones. Because as long as there are sharks and robo-sharks and leeches swimming in these waters, this lake ain't safe for anyone.